has-been heroes is what happens when you mix turn-based strategy with a roguelike. Darren, could you please explain what a roguelike is in 15 words or less?
Play, fail, unlock things, play more, fail more, unlock more things, play again and again.
Concise, Darren, although technically that was 16 words because of the 17. In Has-Been Heroes, a young rogue sets off to meet the king. After meeting a couple of old has-beens, they team up to escort the king's twin princesses to Princess Academy. Guys, I don't know what Princess Academy is, but it sounds amazing. I want to go there.
Me too, sounds fancy.
It's not that great. Ugh, glitter, I hate it. It gets everywhere. Glitter, yuck. Moving on, within minutes of your journey, this happens. Your entire team is wiped out, and you're sent to Heaven's Gates. Here, you're given life once more, and thrown back into the fight.
And this is the roguelike part of the game. Each time you die, you end up back at these gates, deposit some souls you've collected from fallen enemies, and then hopefully unlock a bunch of items, which you can then find randomly throughout your next playthrough. And there are a lot of enemies.
Yes, and you soon learn that an evil wizard is sending these minions after you for some reason.
Wizard!
It's a wizard. But after that, there isn't much development in the story, and it becomes all about grinding through enemies again and again.
Indeed. This is a difficult game, and progress is very, very slow. As you move through the levels, you'll meet weird merchants, open random chests, and fight a whole lot of skellies.
The map is different each time, and you soon realize that planning your route to the boss is vital and part of the strategy. You need to make sure you can find enough spells and items to be able to stand a chance with the boss. But you can only backtrack a limited number of times, or it's game over.
Yes, and I did not like that one bit. Just let me explore. And that final boss of each map is so hard. I feel like beating that boss is very dependent on luck of items and abilities you find along the way.
Luck, 'tis not strategy.
Right, Darren?
To be fair, though, most of the fights do give you a lot to chew on.
Oh, yum.
Combat takes place on 3 lanes, similar to games like Plants vs. Zombies. Your aim is to stagger enemies, slow them down, and switch your heroes between the lanes. This allows you to do multi-strikes, which is imperative for dealing with enemies that block or that are getting too close.
I really liked the variety of enemy types. And it's exciting when you're on a roll, but it's also disheartening when you get taken out. Your heroes are so squishy, they have such little health to work with.
True, Rad. And the controls. Oh, it took me so long to get used to them. In fact, I don't think I ever really did. At one point, I was so frustrated because I couldn't work out what to do, I just mashed all of the buttons at once, and that worked.
Yeah, I did not like the controls either. They're a bit too complicated, and I found I had to look at the controller all the time to figure out what to do next. It's hard to get into a state of flow, which really puts a dampener on the whole experience.
I also did not like the way that the text pops up on screen. It's quite hard to read, and also those boxes are really ugly. Yes, that's right, I'm complaining about the font, and it's because font is important. Aesthetics are important in a game like this.
Aesthetics are very important.
Right, Darren?
Has-Been Heroes is made by the developers at Frozen Byte, who also made the excellent Trine series. But this game feels like a much smaller project and lacks the usual polish of their other releases. Also, in my economic opinion, the console version is a tad overpriced.
Yes, I agree with you, Darren. For a game like this, I expected it to cost half as much. Well, overall, there were moments where I felt like I was really nailing this combat and having a good time. Mastering fights and smashing down skellies, but the progress is just so slow. There isn't enough reward for your effort, so I can't give it more than 2 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, there is a good amount of depth and complexity to the combat if you can master the controls, and if you can embrace the grind. There's some fun to be had here. I'm giving it 3 out of 5 rubber chickens.